Hey guys, a warm welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing my honest experience with the 4-tier mini greenhouse by Pure Garden, and I've been using this for a while now to manage my plants both indoors and outdoors. If you're someone who's tired of plants dying randomly or you just want a more organized way to grow herbs, flowers, or seedlings, this might actually be something worth looking at. So first let's talk about what you're getting here. This is a compact, vertical greenhouse that stands about 63 inches tall, with 4 shelves stacked on top of each other. Each shelf can hold a decent amount of weight, so you can place multiple pots, trays, or seed starters without worrying too much. The structure is made of a tubular steel frame, and it's covered with a clear PVC cover that basically acts like a protective shield for your plants. It keeps in warmth and moisture while still allowing sunlight to pass through, which is exactly what you want for plant growth. Now the biggest advantage I noticed right away is how space efficient this thing is. If you live in an apartment, have a small balcony, or just don't want your plants scattered everywhere like chaos, this setup keeps everything neat and vertical. Instead of taking up floor space, it goes upward, which honestly makes your setup look more organized and intentional rather than messy. Assembly is surprisingly simple. You don't need any tools, which is rare because most things these days act like they require an engineering degree. You basically connect the poles, place the shelves, and slide the cover over it. It took me around 15 to 20 minutes to fully set it up, and I didn't feel like throwing it out the window halfway through, which is always a good sign. Another feature I actually like is the zippered roll-up door. It sounds small, but it makes a difference. You can open it for ventilation during the day and close it at night to protect your plants from cold temperatures, dust, or pests. Especially if you're growing seedlings, this creates a controlled environment that helps them grow faster and healthier. The wheels are also a nice touch, at least in theory. You can move the greenhouse around easily, which is useful if you want to chase sunlight during the day or bring it indoors when the weather gets bad. There are locks on the wheels too, so once you position it, it stays in place. That said, I'll be honest, the wheels work best on smooth surfaces. If your floor is uneven or you're using it outside on rough ground, don't expect it to glide around like magic. Now let's talk about actual performance, because that's what really matters. This greenhouse does a great job of maintaining humidity and warmth, especially for seedlings and small plants. I noticed that my plants needed watering less frequently because the moisture stays trapped inside. It also helps extend the growing season, meaning you can start seeds earlier and keep plants alive longer when temperatures drop. However, this is not some heavy-duty professional greenhouse, so don't expect miracles. The materials are lightweight, which is great for portability, but it also means you need to be a bit careful. If you overload the shelves or place it in a very windy outdoor area, it might not feel super stable. It works best in a sheltered spot like a balcony, patio, or indoors near a window. Another thing worth mentioning is heat buildup. If you place this in direct sunlight for long hours, the inside can get pretty warm. That's actually good for plant growth, but you need to monitor it. If it gets too hot, it can damage your plants. So just open the flap occasionally and let some air circulate. One thing I personally liked is how versatile it is. You can use it for starting seeds, growing herbs, keeping decorative plants, or even storing gardening supplies when you're not actively growing anything. It's not just a one-purpose product, which makes it more useful long-term. There are a few downsides, just to keep things real. The frame can feel slightly wobbly if not assembled tightly, and the shelves aren't meant for extremely heavy pots. Also, the plastic cover, while useful, isn't something that will last forever if you expose it to harsh weather constantly. You'll probably need to replace it after long-term use, depending on how you handle it. Overall, I'd say this greenhouse is perfect for beginners or anyone who wants a simple, affordable way to manage plants more efficiently. It's not built like a permanent outdoor structure, but for indoor use, balconies, or light outdoor setups, it does exactly what it promises. It keeps your plants organized, protected, and growing in a controlled environment without taking up too much space. If you want to check the current price, click the link below for the best price. For what it offers, this is a really practical addition to any small gardening setup, especially if you're trying to level up from random pots scattered around your house to something that actually looks and works like a proper plant system.